Ebusia for Mamuina Ajo Emamu Akwaba Edmo Ba KFM TV enyume no sia kase so enyume emre edusen sema yabo no efie maimuni edninia ebeso mo se no sia kase wo KFM TV so enyume sem no edoso ye papa na meka wo se jume ko bi adaroma ana omobo mechi do ma mede no sia kase mede ebeso mo yeda se da kase ebekwa ma KFM Musical Center wo muton instruments bia se ye combo guitar microphone drum set ni na nudu ni echium e KFM Musical Center so ya wonsa ebeka sa instrument ni nia bi uba nan ekopie mu ewa santimantema wo mu ewadum wo mu ne Sambra Hotel no anabonhwe ni mo kwamantema so no wo mu ewa Accra Zongolin sa enso ana Talent Microfinance enso sika krabia aba ebo nipa dodo na mo musika sem ejina ne nan so sa wo ye ankrankran nyume ko sorry esukufo na mpa bia ye di musika esie ana opa bosia e de ahye adwuma so no Talent Microfinance nkwa ana nyume medium ho adanse e de ama mantam edu nsia no Talent for abom homodin edu nsia na edu na aka no wo mo e de nhihye egu kwan se wo metimi edru ho ede ama obibia enyume wo so ebo ye twidom ayedi no sia kase ne yede ebesomo eye dadaba tech hub enso eton phones ene ehon akade bia se ye iPhone Infinix Samsung Yam ni nia no ba na kopiem ewo dadaba tech hub akachia wonsa ebeka sa phones ni nia ebi ewo ho a enyume wo so eso yasne ebusuafo jumekowe adaroma no mo bo mechi do ma medino sia kase mede eba besomo nsem no edoso ye papa osamufu aseme yami okenkan fo mi so mede ebesomo se no sia kase nsem no de ebedi mu akotini ebie ni se Owura Richard ahiagba e de abetudwa wo chim se eye akwetia by election no se ka ye turn out ke ya de NPP amenu kono betimi abom homden edi nkonim ewo manwumre ye de mu ntwemu ye de ebeba besomo sa enso so ana Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ndedue wayi 18 new envoy ana representative edema eye Ghana abroad I know so yede mu ntwemu yede ebaba besomo yede jedensem enso beka ho ediama Western Regional Minister walanche 3 million Ghana cedis SOS fund ede establish first ICU water crowd hospital no wo mo ede ebeboa eno so a yede mu ntwemu yede ebeba besom yede ni jede nsem enso beka ho ede amonyuntu ni sa akode enwumre wo no so ede nsem bi abetudwa efani album bi ho a eno so yede mu ntwemu yede beba beka ho ede amo weni nsem ene afufro pi enwumre yabo no a mede ebesom se no nsia kase ewo KFM TV no so because eka wo se kase boy etwego ewo Abefonten tam video ne so Facebook and YouTube KFM TV GH no ntu betimi akohwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwentwe no so de egu ase ama me kama kenkan fo enwumre wotimi nka no edin a meje so ene Maame Esi Nkrumah me dane me ho sema ba me ba nsem na doso na me hya ase e de ama Adeshimamba miguswa ema wakwaba eda wase se nyumre ensem no wo guswa utu TV ne ho a wo hwe no sia kase ewo KFM TV ne so mekoso eka wo se nyumre ensem no etwego ewo Abefonten tam video ne so Facebook any YouTube KFM TV GH no tu betimi akohwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwentwe no so nyumre udi egu ase ama me kama na me hye ensem na se ede ama odia Deputy General Secretary edema the National Democratic Congress NDC ameni okono Mustafa gbade wono abekasa wo chim se si ade NDC ameni okono ade omobom homodin ye papa na ukọ piemu mashebedwafia seat ahodo na omuguso a ewi ni ba won de obetimi ede ne sase ne bu akase seat dodo na NDC ameni okono bebom homodin na omo agininia ewo mashebedwafia ni nsema odi tudwa no enyume KFM TV yenso yeto aso ede ama
coded conversations that are appealing and trying to extract vote from...
We owe to ourselves a responsibility to ensure that the election was peaceful. We owe to ourselves that responsibility. It was not because the MPP did anything extraordinary to aid that, but it was because we owe to ourselves. Being in power, at least today, we have demonstrated that you can have by-elections without violence, something we have never experienced under President Akufo-Addo. Now, it was political because that is the nature of our constitutional democracy, and the rule of law being a fundamental pillar of our democracy dictates and demands that there should be people's representation through the People's Representation Act. And in that, as political parties largely being spoken about, the fact that they have to be political parties, and the contemplation was that within the demarcations of what constituencies mean, that a person should emerge from and within that constituency to represent that particular constituency in terms of decision making at the national level. So the argument that we have overstretched, we have high numbers, is flawed. It departed from the contemplation of what our laws, what our constitution expects of us in terms of people's representation in parliament. The people of Tamale Central, right, cannot be represented by an MP in Efutu. You have to have the people of Efutu voting for a particular candidate to represent them. And in there, political parties play a very key role to engineer the arrival of these decisions where we have a particular person who represents that constituency. Through internal elections, then we have general elections, and then one person emerge. So to even say that because you have a number of seats, do not contest other seats, is flawed. Let me assure you, even a by-election that will come, the NDC, if we take a decision by leadership to want to contest, we will contest that seat. We will not bow out of any seat because we have a lot of seats. I wish we have, 190. We currently have 189. Yeah, I wish that we have more. And even if we don't take more in the general election, we will take more seats.
Ebusia fa no ntin same way ana wodi to dem a woni nsem twofo hyan etwetwe nkomo ye to ansem ne so de ama de Richard Ahiagba wo ye Director of Communication at the New Patriotic Party NPP amenyo kono no so de abetudwa wo chim se akwetia by election was September bosume ne da etosumienu e wa fimpinu ni eduonu enum ne de hyehye so e wo my Ghana ha e wo akwetia wo chesen ka NPP amenyo kono nkunde kese ebetimi akwa de amom se nka turnout no ade a emiti wo mo expectation ankono wajidi se nkankunimde mapa ene betimi akwa de ama the New Patriotic Party no chese de akoba aye ni nia NDC amenyo kono wo mo anomo sheda e ma nipa dodo na wo mantimi ankopie mu e wo polling station ho ankoto abaye enunti anankukwo kese we etimi ekoma the New Patriotic Party NPP amenyo kono Richard Ahiagba awoye Director of Communication at the New Patriotic Party NPP amenyo kono nsemenyume wode abetudwa no eni.
And these are coded conversations that are appealing and trying to extract vote from people who are engaged in illegal activities. And then on the day, you saw what confrontation happened unprovoked by the vice chairman of the NDC, our senior brother, Sofo Azoka, who in a very violent way accosted an individual who had not said anything to him except to give an interview, give his view or report of what is happening. And then he accosted him, abused him in the manner he did, and then his people slapped him. And today, as we speak, he's home. He's probably watching us on TV. And you're wondering, what is this? The implication of that is that it heightened the tension in the environment, and in most likely situation, created fear and panic for most of the people who could have come out to vote and not to come out. And we believe that our victory lay in turnout. And if people had come out in the manner we anticipated, would have won that election. But a systematic effort by the NDC.
Enunti Richard Ahiagba ne nsema wode abetudwa na enwume yeso ye de bi ebesomo na eguso a e wo by election sem no emu ekoba ne se wo abato no emu no ana eye NDC wo mo vice chairman eye chief Sofo azuka ede threat kesia papa ede koma eye efutuma shebedwani odmonya for Alexander Afenyoma kisa wochim se eye by election o ebi ebetimi akoso ewo ni constituency eno ana NPP amenyoko no ene supporters na chim se we eye death threat ana odema Afenyoma kisa no nti wo mo de wo mo enso so de biarada eno enam so emende due supporters ede ma the New Patriotic Party NPP amenyoko no abodompem ekopie mu ewo efutu constituency eye wo mo head officer wo mo de oye check kese ehihye so esan se wo mo che se sansema azuka edi twidwa no ade a eno ensem a ehu ye papa esan se yentimi enye by election ewo bi empatuas empeso so se nipa ne enhu ya eno nti sansem a eye azuka kan eye death threat ana odema onmonyamfo Alexander Afenyoma kens eno nti ana omo so wo mo de sa oye check kese we ehihye so ebusuafo enu nti efutu empeso aso ho no protest a ekoso ho no NPP amenyoko no wo supporters no wo mo ano mo bom homodin de sa ye check esie we hihye so mo chese nsema azuka kan no death threat de ma onmonyamfo Alexander Afenyoma kinse no nti wo mo de wo mo ntina asema bibisei entimi enkoso de biarada ye de efri sansem no akonsem frufro dian de obepie mu e my Ghana ha Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wetimi abone homodin asweri in 18 newly appointed envoys edema ambassadors, high commissioners and protocol officers ewo my Ghana sene be umetimi akwa my hodro so nende womo akwa represent Ghana ewo my Ghana ha na ceremony ekwo so ewo Jubilee House ho ana mampeni John Dramani Mahama ebo ne homodin woni mpeni fododo na edesa swearing in we ehihye so no na enya asem keto akwa kukudam ahodo na ebo dompem ekopie mu ewo ho na dwumedie ni mu no we anekwo so ewo ho
Very good job. What iPhone that?
ebusuafo enu nti was swearing in nimuno ana mampeni John Dramani Mahama edin sem dodo na etu dwan sem we de wode kwama high commissioners and ambassadors ahodo a weji omo ewo my Ghana ha no wo chese sesi asa de brekese we etima akwa omo no hwe no mo ambo Ghana ho deru nkwa amfa democracy ehu nemu mo mbo deru enfa se Ghana biaye opportunities ahodo na ewo oman mu anu tini padodo na intimi bom homodin embepie mu ewo my Ghana se ne be ya Ghana enso ebetimi enya ne kan ko na mpuntu ndwuma ahodo a yepese ye no yetimi aye ama Ghana yenso yetimi enya ye fa ahode ewo man mu Ghana mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni sema odi tudwa ewo sweri na se no enyume ye to aso ediamo.
I therefore expect you to be vanguards of Ghana's economic diplomacy. Let your missions become dynamic hubs of export promotion, investment attraction, tourism marketing, innovative change, and diaspora mobilization. Carry Ghana's story to the world, not just as a beacon of democracy and stability, but also as a land of opportunity, open for business, embracing technology, and committed to partnerships that deliver prosperity for our youth and dignity for our working class. Your responsibilities go beyond representation. They also require strong leadership and sound administration. Your staff must be guided with fairness, respect, and a sense of shared purpose. The image of Ghana abroad is not only shaped by what you say, but also how you manage, serve, and uphold the dignity of every Ghanaian citizen that is under your care. Integrity must be your watchword. The Public Financial Management Act and all relevant regulations must guide your stewardship of public resources that are put in your care. I urge you to guard.
Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wono anodin semwe etudwa na nisem no wanfan be wiye ho a wosan editudwa bi ma wo chese Ghana akopiem awa manfo so a sika eye afibia yetua edifa rent no eno eya de ani boy din ye papa eye 15 million eye US dollars ana afibia no yetua ewo rent ehon wo chese yentimi entu sa sika pudro ina entu ngu enu ti sesi ade wo share Ministry of Finance say wo mbom homodin na sa sika afibia yetua eguno wo mo enye bibi fa won se ne be ya sa cost ne so ebetimi aboama yedi aye bibi papa ewo my Ghana hana bibia Ghana etimi etumpon wodin semwe etudwa ewo swawinin ase ho anamampeni John Dramani Mahama wodin semwe na egu kwan mo ewo ho.
Let me be emphatic. Ghana cannot continue spending a staggering more than $15 million every year on renting properties abroad for our diplomatic use. This is not a judicious use of taxpayers' resources, and the reset agenda requires an immediate reversal of this trend. And that is why Cabinet has promptly approved the STRIDE initiative. And STRIDE refers to the strategic transition from rental to developing our own properties. I've tasked the Ministers for Foreign Affairs and Finance to work urgently to resolve this long-standing challenge. From my latest briefing, a transaction advisor has been appointed, standard designs are being developed, and funding mechanisms are already being negotiated. This decisive shift will ensure that our missions abroad are housed in properties that are owned by the Republic, reducing wasteful expenditure while safeguarding Ghana's dignity on the international stage.
Ghana man penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wono anode sansem wina etudwemra was swearing in 18 new high commissioners and ambassadors edema o my fofro ewo my Ghana hanisema oditudwa no eno anenumeye so yade bi ebesomo na eto ansem ne so edo akonsem from dia ende ana National Youth Conference no course ewo my Ghana ha penifo dodo na ebo dompim ekopie mu ewo ho na eno ana National Youth Authority CEO Osman Ayariga enso edin sem dodo na etudwa wo chim se sa dwumedi course no ade a ebeboa ye papa ma yembebunu no omotimi ejino mo nan so na afibi eda enim no nyama ne eno akade bi epese ye no etimi akonenim ye papa ede amaye nti Osman Ayariga ne sema odi tudwa no KFM TV enyume ye so ye de bi esomo.
The multifaceted landscape you navigate to our Gen Zs. You are the digital natives, the innovators, the advocates for mental health and climate action. Yet you face a world of economic uncertainty and rapid change. To the generation coming after you, you are growing up in a world of both limitless digital possibilities and complex global challenges. This conference is designed for you all. The breakout sessions enable you to express yourself, learn, and discuss the future of this country. This is a gathering of the future, by the future, and to discuss the future. To ignite your potential by providing master classes and workshops that equip you with tangible future skills. To inspire change by creating a platform for robust dialogue where your ideas can challenge the status quo and influence national policy.
Adeshima Benunti Semwe ana Osman Ayariga wodi tudwa ewo dwumede no ase ana enyumeyen so yede bi ebe somo ne eto ansem ne so na de wo akonsem foforo mu dia the New Patriotic Party NPP amenyoko no de petition akoto Ghana posi dwume konin ma mo chese nsem a chief sofo kantan azuka eka edifa afenyoma kenso no watch mu say say asansem no death threat ma the new patriotic party NPP amene ko no nti say ade wo mo di petition akoma post for say wo mo nsom na baby asem no eda no wo mo hwe na wo mo fantu no mo de wo mo ntina say ema obi embe threatin wo mo nipa sa na mo ayedi ahwede bi eno ntia na mo di petition akoto apost for enim say wo mo emfa mbra no hwe mo nsem no mo so wo mo enye bibi mfa sa asem wi wo mo nsem a wo mo de tu dwa no enu
petition formally to the IGP to have the police investigate and possibly arrest and punish the conduct of Chief Sufu Kazoka and Abdul Wahab, who is a constituency communication team member or officer for Guapanov, constituency of the NDC. We are interested in justice. Our coming here is designed to formally petition the IGP. We know the police saw it. The particular abuse of our third vice, Elijah Usman Masaudi, was in the full glare of the cameras, and the police were there. At some point, they came in to separate, and the person who slapped Masaudi, third vice, was restrained by the police after he slapped him. But strangely, the police didn't arrest him. A criminal act. We saw it, they separated, which was good, but there was no action. And that's not how we want to carry on our country. Just as we're talking, many of myself or my deputy go ahead to slap any of you here, won't suffice just to separate us so we don't slap him the second time, and that's it. So we want the police, as if they haven't seen it, we have brought it to their attention. Evidence on pen drive has been included with the petition. So if they haven't seen what you guys have beautifully circulated in the media, at least we have provided for them so that they can take full account of what happened and take the necessary step to bring sanity by punishing these individuals, not only for the sake of punishing them, but to create a certain standing deterrent for all who would want to copy such behavior, and that our democracy will not tolerate that, and that is not part of how we want to engage ourselves in a democratic process. So that's the reason it came, and we are very happy, even though we didn't have the opportunity to extensively discuss with the IGP. Was gracious enough to give us a few moments, and then had promised that we can come in and see him. So we are working on an appointment to see him later on in the evening to discuss the petition further. But we want to also plead with you as the media to focus on this petition. The reason is that it is happening to a member of the New Patriotic Party, but it is happening to our democracy. And if these individuals are emboldened because there's no sanction, there's no punishment, they will do it to anybody. And that anybody could be you, could be me, and our democracy suffers. And so we are urging you to focus on this petition. We are focused on it, and we want it to be a collective effort. It is not an NPP's effort to change which hand these individuals are so that our democracy
Ewusiafo enu nti nipa wodi nsem we etudwa NPP Communications Director Richard Ahiagba wono ana abekasa edi afa nsem a sofo azoka wodi etudwa no eho ye gina wo mo nsem so ne twa ye ho akwaje aboafo nkrato abaye ba nsem no edoso na meto aso edi amo
By just one you, Yanum. A shaya ain't use fuel. When so yansesa oil, near any key. A shaya gumechina, a lip moto, Giomi, Anase Nami, a yamu bia, was Sabeka wa KFM Limited, a wa Ghana ha, lip moto, a bear for casa be, Yanum, and where Dennis Hanso, wash interiors here. car here me Timus see and your friend on leap motor. I was 3 modes of driving. Obey me a switch it, so open 10 more. Obey the sports mode. So person will save you battery. Obey me is economy mode. That's a one pen now open with normal riding so your friend a standard. Who charge your battery within 6 hours? I bet to me do a Kumasiaba. Metra air 310 kilometers. Ain't a winning how. Obey to me so the 3 hours fast charger. I charge and I'm you fool. Bonama, no Kumasiaba. Say no. May try the Akano. Giomi. Nia won key. Make sure the key in the bell. Wow, was just in the interior on it here now. Black and white, papa. Son of F. Senior. Why screen 10? A bomb on car, battery aka. Number who mileage and so also. When so dear, it took 320 kilometers and Sana was our charger. We bet me a charge in 6 hours. Fast charger 3 hours. I bear for a FDA and so. We bet me a driving in 3 modes. A year standard, sports, and now say economy. So we pen to say me Yanum choose sports was it. We bet me to quite fee Hakokubasi. I'm a battery ni biswak because a year 320 kilometers. We charge in 6 hours, we bet me in your full battery. Now when you fast charge and swap 3 hours pet. You're set. Making sure so okay in the car when you saw walking. Will be a door and I started. Chili Joby, black and white. Makuma swat. Man, son, cow dear. You check the akano. Yeah, no. I bet for the animal back on you. The Awiano key. Making sure so key in the band when you saw walking. We no F. Let a new woman sit down. Eye gray you ma hodo mienu de ani hakakra ene de mu odu esan so was screens mienu we e ma information a hunya wo car ne hunyina ase besia bonum papa your friend entertainment de a wo hia no ane e that's ubetumi so driving in 3 modes just like the others standard and I say sports so open tema car we so e betumi etu kwan akokumase aba 330 kilometers. The chema udu crowd bet me jesi so no abonyum kakra ansa na adu. Wo charge na 6 hours no. So bet me so charge no 3 hours. If I no fast charge. E yinu mu nyina KFM Limited. And they are big just so. Fraying near me sanka wo de ententem. So open installment. A high purchase. And train one nase. We've got you solid. Yanume, on sabetumi aka fidie mu bia e wo KFM Limited. On sabeke fidie no na wotua no nkakra we unya no bebia age KFM Limited. Fraying ever sort out.
Yo, I'm for ene ye mama kwaba e de ba e KFM musical shop. Yetosumi no ufiri eye kumase makom dadam ho no esane ede ba adum no saabre no udu eye Sambra Junction Sambra Hotel kwanta no so pe na shop no ene Sambra Hotel ene di nhwa animu udi firi Sambra Hotel a wo sane ede ko nanka na ene Hagan ho no ane oho ana KFM musical shop yetosumi no ya bie ne foforo na de e kan ne se emfidie papa etimiche de wode ya sorry de wode goro agoro ahodo tuma de bia wode obehia eye mfidie mekire musical instrument bia no eye KFM ento wo se Ghana muntie Asanteman muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ya bie no foforo mu no chan ewo Prempeh the 2nd Street Ufri old man come down na wo sane ede ko adum no ane udu Sambra Hotel kwantane so na wa dane on sanifa so oho ana KFM musical shop yi ewo ye ne Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ye twa abrebia
gina mese se be ya proud ana se me ye dwa na free Kumasi adum KFM instrument store obi bisa sa se bom enfo de woto no woni sida wode ne ma papa ejira wonim na woto no wotum say yes woto no bibi aka wakoma ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi adum se mi jira ho na me to no ma bitimi nya ho me ka fi se fidi papa mu anim na mi jina no wo betra ye ko ma ya do se kana twa nanka kana ensemfo ayi
Ebusuafo eguso a emama kwa ba edamu asise enwumre mu guso etmu TV ho amotwe no nsi akase e wo KFM TV ne so because so e kai o se enwumre kase etwego e wo abe fontentam video ne so Facebook any YouTube e KFM TV GH channel to betime akoho na wa hwe bi na wa share na wa like na wa dwentwe no so wode egu ase ama me kama me to ansem ne so de ama ode Alhaji Eyefusaini Isa woye former MP Edmo Kaikwe North Abaton Peswal ne so no ana wabekasa fa nsema Minister for Communication Omonuan for Sam na te George Edbertu Dwa efa DSTV channels ne hono watchese sansem no wono de wonji entum wo mo stand up mo take edefa DSTV for hono eno ade bia eno ana former MP eno so abekasa ede afone samo de tudwa no eni.
The minister might be well intentioned, but there are many ways in killing a cat. For the minister to have come out to say it's 30% reduction or nothing, I think it's something that has brought us to this point. It is what has brought us to this point. If the minister had engaged multi-choice outside of the glare of the public and had not insisted on 30%, they probably could have come to some win-win situation at a certain level, compromise situation, and then everybody is happy. The corporate entity will do its business, employ Ghanaians and all of that in Ghana, and the minister would also have achieved some objective in reducing the cost of subscribing to the service. But when the minister came out and said it's either you reduce your price by 30% or we are cutting you off, I think that it is an entrenched position that the minister took. The company might not be able to have all the might to fight the minister. But you asked a very important question. Is the ministry or the minister trying to regulate the commercial aspects of businesses? Then what happens next? Not too long ago, he was dealing with the telcos. Now he's dealing with television subscribers. Where do we go next? More importantly, when the minister tries to regulate commercial bits of such business, my question is, what is the framework? NCA, as a regulator, has the framework to regulate the technicalities in all of this. I am even more worried when you subscribe to DSTV and the clouds get a bit, or it start raining, then you're, and nobody's even talking about that. And it's been so for ages. For ages, nobody's even talking. NCA is not even told us, or NCA is not even pushing for multi-choice to have the technology that will enable us even subscribe to and enjoy the service, even in adverse weather conditions.
Ebusuafo enu ntine sema wono so wodi betu dwano ana KFM TV enyume ye de bi ebesomo ye to ansem ne so edo akonsem fofom dia eye din edima Greater Accra Metropolitan Municipal and District Chief Executive MMDCs eye onmonyam for George Cyril Bray wono ana atonsa e de afre local assemblies amu my Ghana ha wochu mu se ni titu ene nkramantem ha senke ya eye region we wo mo hwe na energy sustainability no intimi enko nenim ye papa na no ma bia pese ye no intimi enko nkan enfama ye no nti adeso de ana ode to local assemblies ni nya enim se wo mo hwe na enkabom enko so wo ntem na adwumade no wo mo embo ni ye papa na ye energy eye sustainability no intimi enko nenim enfama ye.
What happens is that we are the advocates, we attend the segments, we attend the conferences and everything. And we the same people who come and make decisions abuse them. So I'm very happy seeing all of you here. I'm also going to ask that we become the advocates and also the role models to pioneer this in our various schools. Personally, I think that I'm very much used to what Queen Elizabeth II used to do. When you go to the castle, whether Buckingham or Windsor Castle, and you only see light, apart from the street lights, you only see light at where there is a meeting or where there is a human being. So in the whole castle, where there is no one, there is no light. And it's a practice that she championed. And the same cut across our assemblies. And personally, I'll try to use this example and what I'm learning here to them. And I promise that at our next meeting, personally, I'll champion this at no cost. I will make a presentation on your behalf. So I would like a few materials so I can still have the opportunity, or maybe invite you to come and talk to us at our next meeting. In our offices, I have 10 of 7 ACs. I've gone to an office to check on one of the directors, and you go to his office, the director is there, where is he? Oh, he's going to Accra, he's going to do this by the AC function. And it happens a lot. When we're going to have a meeting, we are coming to the conference rooms, we leave our ACs on when there's no one there. And lights and all sorts of things. So I think this is a call for all of us to be social-centric. And not only about ourselves, but really, if you look at what is happening to us all there, you realize all of us will be affected one day and sometime. So this is a call for action. And I like what I said, okay, implementation. What is the thing? Yes, climate action implementation. So if we come and sit here today, listen to all this, the literatures and what have you, and we go back and we start championing these causes, I think that we're not doing ourselves bad, but we are also contributing to creating a worse world for the next generation. So I'm calling upon all of you to take advantage of everything that we are saying here.
Ebusuafo anunti nsɛmwe ana Dean Edema Greater Accra Metropolitan Municipal ana District Chief Executive MMDC onmonyamfo George Cyril Bray wodi etu dwa ewo ho saye to ansem ne so de amamudi akojo dankwa eba no amanyo sema yade a wono so obone homodin ye papa na odin nsɛmwe abetu dwa wodi kwa magana fo ina ne titu ene amanfo ene driver fo a womo ewo fankonsa wom kwantimpon no so a woche se womo waside bia womo fama Ghana mampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama se kwan ada ho mfie bebre a womo nyeye no sesi ade wetimi aba wo ye edi amom woche se sa kwan we be se mfie bebre mfie pudu a bu atwem no ana sa kwan we womo ye se womo ye nemom eye aban ye atwem dada no wentimi anye na sesi ade mampani John Dramani Mahama ana waje abone bo a woche se obeye sa kwan edi amamo sesi ade adwuma eguso a ekoso ewo ho enu ti wo chese Ghana for ye waside bia ye fama mampeni John Dramani Mahama no ana wabo amasa kwan we ye edi amanye
no over 809 million a Ghana cedi. July, I think July 14th, July 24th, 14th ni to a first tranche, July 24th ni to a second tranche, August a second and the third tranche here then e ka ho and 809 million Ghana cedi ya disika no ya kukura na ya tabiri e de ama contractor no a eno ene nam so na ama enne contractor no waba kwan no so a ene wo ye nigidigidi en kan no na ka fa sa kwan no so a when you are betimi edi 2-3 hours. There was a time I spent 5 hours in traffic on that road. And imagine say as a public official ebia mi obi bi ye officer this kabot ne bebre o man Ghana na ma spend 5 hours wo aye traffic ma productivity no aye ka no wo hefa amanfo beba adwuma eba ba ye adwuma mo man no nya ho mfaso na mfaso de no aye benya no aboa ama ya setenam aye daada akwaye na se aban bi aba na akwan ye wo se wo ye no anye ama aye traffic asisa akwan no so na productivity ekofam a na chese o man no an ye den ye bona bro enu nti ana ba bi ye du so ye Ghana ni a we anya part sam e wo se ye ni na ye den ase bad time pa edema owura John Dramani Mahama na aban NDC say omo ba yi ekwan ya yenuanu mu gya ya anka afen ne se no ya tabirisi ka botene 809 million Ghana cedi ya de ama contractor ene se ofa sa akwan no so a in about a year some 9 months ago na ofa sa akwan no so a obedi be 3 hours 4 hours no ene ofa so a nansi ya me kwakwatia me kofa so minia obegye di se ekwan na kan na 2-3 hours no be 30 minutes na metumi atwa from Ofanko to a year ensawom me kutimi kodu akwatia sebe manko hawa nanka mekomu enu ntisi ye wie sa akwan na akonedie ba ebe ye mere ebe boa ama nipa sebe ye firi eye sa abia no eba nkran won so ofin nkran kwakodi ondwuma akoye ne opese wo ye no wonu atimi aye den aye hwe abena ade ba akwa wo se yete ase ne se ya kwan eya na se na minu ba akwa ka se wasempa obi ozi o say a friend is saying ticket ni ade ne boy thing
nde no kre
ni na gina because yenu mo mo practice a ticket no they also know say we are wadwen say okofa form a the risk of form no very high delay no enso ye den wo ho because say wo free ha say wo kokuma ase na usimu won kran no nsia udi agoro be take you by 7 hours and send word commands because from Fanko to Pokwase to Nsawom nko ano will take you about 3 solid hours. Ufra Fanko na utu ekodu Nsawom na ututo mu from Nsawom to Apega junction na one day because of the double road nti ebia you be east kakra. Na mo from Apega e dey kwa kosi eye enkokọ ekwan no ehọ no no ehọ so wan hwe yi a anywhere obetimi adibi abe 3 hours was akwan because sakwan no so enya papa enu ti abena ba bia ya dui Ofanko kwan ya ene abeda adwa said deadline no we are now sticking to the deadline no ayasempa ema all commuters ayasempa ema yen Ghana for ayasempa ma yenima yeni sika sebe ye hiafo no so because yen na mpempi no ye fa trotro de fire den sakwan no so woni o sika no de ya na wa fa wiem hwi no na kwaba enunti yammo ura John Dramani Mahama so and sakwan no what they aka the big push in ho and you see in 2020 am I born to you can big push you nuanom they ridiculed it 2024 you make a big push am ridicule ye and a big push and the dem for so aye aba sakwan ye ni aye ni ye na me no mienu na abena se ye adwen se ye kokuma se akodi holiday
Adeshima Benunti Semwe and a political analyst back on so my Ghana and what they abetuja. Watch a Ghana, you was a Debbie farmer, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Is so no, and our born home body more fan coins and home counting point. Sia ye a day. Am I yet 1 so? And you may not do a concern for Mudia. A immigration officer will not cast an yonko brebo a dine will say no, and when I'm so semi a copy mo a Kaneshi district quarter. Ende anomo sign a day and coffee or mudium copium a quarter a immigration officer in Ninia Baba ko a bon who anai ebe piemu a quarter and your yetche dear would be a guquamie papa wokita hosia any powder watches a diabokese and or di begu quamu a diama or more wombe shama semi pepper your encosono. Watches a cases na ebi beka sako for na isa se ninya bema ano mwetimi edi na wuse nti want na say ma bibi say NC de biara da na court no and de dio mkopie mo hono wo mo ehye say wo October bosom ni de toso enkron no ana ombesan ebepie mu ewo hobi mu eje chewe ana eye abrante ni nua ba no wo de go kwan mu ewo
Kam kosia miensa. Kosia ndene gumu powder. Powder asanti kosia ni kitame.
Obi o hye chire bia.
Obi a wo hye de dachi. Mihiano. Dante wo ye fie. Ye fie bosom. Dante na ye de. Ye bosom. Okay. Ye fie bosom. Enu nti sa bosom no e na epiapia wo mo achi de wo mo ba.
Enu mo bi o hye chire bia.
Bia wo mo ye adwuma ma no. Sa kosia wo enyinum pie. Enyinum pie ma ye. Panimu bia obia wonim minua no ewuo ni hu bia enya me be papa akosia no wa ha enu ntina me di
o twen se o mo de bright ne ba na wo be pai kosia na na se
oh ma me enu ano no
me be ne sa enko ba se
wo ko bible wo kura no a wo ka proverbs 30:10 wo se eni wako a hu sekuru no amodia wa Bible. Oh, yes, Kurabusa said, pointing at us or was a casa, was a Mufakasa, dear Macasa. I said, and the casa, dear Macasa, and only Miansa, a Santicosia, and I'm there by me the free torso. I cannot be a dream. Then there after pots. Everybody will be at home. I don't know what. You are coming here. Nana, no more Panama. Who's from that? Baby, I will be here. You will never this year. No will be here. What is that? What is that? I don't know what. Or be on you will be here.
Ebusiafo enunti oyetwewe ene course so ewo Kaneshi district eye court ewo Nkramantem ha se enemra wo mo sign de eya branch ekopie mu ewo court dan no emu no ana we course so hoye to ansem ne so edo akonsem fufumu dia eye akwetia by election a course so eye September bosumini de tosumienu no ekoba ne se mentimi ho asibi ema ne ho so a eye Alhaji Masaudu Osman eye nipa ko bi ediomo nsaka no eno enam so ma post for edikata amamonti ma mo chese wo mahase investigation edi afasa asem no ho no sa assault na course no mo ntina se ema bibisa enkoso enu nti sesi ade post jumeko na mo my Ghana ha no edi abetu jo mo chese wo mo ahye hwehwemu na siye papa enche no wo mo nsa ebeso wo mo a wo mo hwe ma bibisa esiye no womonsa ebeso sankrofoni nya emu nti semwe anandedwe Ghana post for wo mode abetudwa efa by election e call so ewo akwetia ene ne important wo September bosume ne da etosumienu no eho ye gina eye sa ensem no so na enwumei ye twa ye ho sima abaye ba ensem no mede wo ko edwedie emu
Medogbena mi Ghana duko do ajakle hoduko kata. Mi echonya nyi devena mi cho Talent Microfinance Limited Gajradopa. Mi wona susu savings, adishie, school buafo, cashback, ple bubwa okata. Nenyebe egajom de mi agbo la letie tomegbeko ateun aho gadodo. Kenenyebe egajom vivi la nenyebe o gahia ola atenwa ava de ogai kenehia fa.
Tanenyebe mi foncho mi afa jomu yo kenye mi afa gadodo nyawa. Business loan elemiashi, church financing elemiashi, salary loan elemiashi, eye bubo li kenye personal loan. Nenyebe mi foncho business loan a enye gadodo ikemie nana asichalao. Nenyebe washigba keke alum eleswe we have talent. Mi pepegede nwo nenye wo shigba lesua ne woge wo kekegede ji to talent po monu ome nenye be mi fonchu mi afa salary loan a enye gado mo ngike mi vuna mi afa jirudu $1 nke ga nyo he ya va talent wo pay slip pe bank statement ye kwenye wi here na koko ho salary loan le rate nwe to keke akeji church financier personal loan va na nye habobo ma soli hama eji fufofo sankuo jitao o lila ashibobwe keke ake mia flege no na no hem v choji nto jinwade vale kwereka mo nkpokpo kai ganyu heya talent kuna kpo heya ole chagbagba na do tare talent bena wo gado mo nwa anobobo enami akpenami
etibe ya nyafi ke talent la
talent microfinance jengo amegan shipe ape Letina tejipo hotami.
Miape kapomoye nye 050-129-1298. Alo 050-128-9119. Talent. Oga kwamanu banto.
Talent Microfinance, your channel of wealth.
Adeshimamba iguswa ema okwaba eda wasise enyume egusu etu TV ho a wo hwe no si akase ewo KFM TV ne so mekoso e kai wo se kase boy etwego ewo abe fontentam fidie ne so Facebook any YouTube KFM TV GH no to betimi ahwe bi no wa share na wa like na wa dwenche no so de egu ase ama me kama me to ansem ne so we dwadie mu dia Western Regional Minister Joseph Nelson and dey wa beto dwa wo chese wa launch 3 million Ghana cedis SOS fund de beboa se ne be ya first ever intensive care unit wo Takrade hospital no wo mu de beboa amasa ayasabe we wo mu si intensive care unit wo se ne be ya ebetimi aboa ma Ghana ya pomode ho nsem no etimi ejina ne nice ye papa di ama nti sika sombo 3 million Ghana cedis ana omotwa de ato a omode be yes project kese we wo mu nsem a omode to dwa na nyume ye to aso di ama.
I mean, this is something that I felt I should lead for all of us to, contribute so we have it, established. And I'm doing the basic thing that is required of, of me as the minister of the region in that regard. So that tomorrow when we look back, at least we'll be happy that we have something like that, which will be handy when anybody needs it, okay, across the region from Asankragwa all the way to Shama, Wasa East. If anybody needs it, they know that it's available and they can access it. That should be a plus for all of us. It's not about me, it's about what we have to provide for the people, basically. Well, call to corporate Ghana. This call is to everybody who is able to contribute. And I think that it's our responsibility to have it. Look, we have many corporate bodies in the region. Talk about the mines, talk about oil and gas, talk about all the others, the ports and, all the others in the region. I believe that when they are up and doing with this project, we should get it done in no time.
What about the religious organizations?
Everybody, I keep saying that everybody, the churches, everyone. I believe that we have to, really get the message to them as well. Maybe in a very special way. How do we reach out to the churches? I think that it's also another area where a lot of support can come from. And so beyond here, we think through how to, really get to them as well so that they are able to appreciate what we are doing and to be able to, contribute their quota.
Ebusuafo ye to adwede nsem ne so ede ama odia aban ede abetu dwo mo chem se 2025 ye inflation no kame ayese ate aba from ye papa pe no ya de pano pay ene ede betu mu ni ma ye chese Ghana inflation no etimi ate ebedu 11.5% no ya de pa ye papa mo chese wo August busumi mu no ana inflation no etimi eduro sa na wo July busumi mu no na nam 12.1% asisi ade etimi ebedu 11.5% ne no ana ban ede abetu dwa wo chese 2025 inflation target no ade a schedule no bebi edu no ade a akoyie papa ede amobibia eno ntin semwe ana Ghana penny for a mo hwe Ghana esika sem so no wo mode abetu dwa efa inflation no eho.
What I mean is that the Bank of Ghana must still continue to work with the Ministry of Finance to ensure that they implement both monetary and fiscal policies to contain inflation. I mentioned that one of the big drivers of inflation is fiscal consolidation. So government must continue on its fiscal consolidation trajectory. If we see very significant deviation from the path we have seen with regards to fiscal consolidation, for example, if you begin to see significant fiscal expansion, that may not bode well for the disinflation path we are seeing. So government must continue with its fiscal consolidation program. So we should continue to implement programs and policies that will keep the exchange rate stable for the rest of the year, so that at least items that are imported into the country don't see significant price jumps. But there's also indirect relationship. Even if the items are not imported and they are locally produced, but their inputs are imported, exchange rate can still, affect it. We either maintain.
Ebusuafo anu ntin semwe ana mpenifo edibetu dwa ye gina wo monseme so na edwedie nsem no yedni nia aba na wie ye na madane me ho sima aba me ba me den nsem no ekọ enigedie emu. Yade o ekọ enigedie mu nsem dia Ghana nyumtuni a eba ne rap nyumto wo my Ghana ha eno so wo bo ne homodin ye papa sa akode na meka ne ho asemi nana asemu eye ne album bia na ode ba monti mu ekoba ne say streaming platforms awodo no sa album no disappear efi ho na obi bia ehu echi akwan biem na eno ana nipa dodo na ebe bisa ho asem ewe abe fontentam figure ne so social media na eno ana ndedue sa akode ankasa aba monti mu ebe yi ne ho ano efa kwan e fa so a emasa ne album no etimi eyera free streaming platforms awodo no ewo my Ghana ha ne sama odi tu dwane nyume ye to aso edi ama.
So yesterday I saw this being a pull down of some of my records, which I can see the frustration going. I can me TV. So what is happening is we are doing a re-upload with a new distribution channel. We have a new partnership that we have to, but it was supposed to be very smooth. But that couldn't happen. So now we took down, now we have to re-upload. So I think it was actually supposed to go back today. But let's see, if not, maybe midnight, or I'm really pushing the team to get it back on. So don't worry, guys. And then these are the albums I know you guys really like. So
Ebusuafo anu nti we ana Ghana nyumtuni eyesa akode a eba ne rapper wobo ne homodin wo mu no wode abetidwa efa ne album ne ho ye gina ne nseme so na enwumre no si akase no ye de nia aba na wiye na adwumeko bi adaroma no mobo mechido ma me de kase boy me de ebesum ye beda talent microfinance dadaba tech up ana KFM musical center ye bedo mu ina asese enwumre wo mo eboa ema no si akase no ye de ebesum ye da wa wo fi awon so tena se ehwe news ye da mu ina ase se moje bre ehwe kase boy enwumre okenkan fa wote menka no edin a meje so ene Maame Esi Nkrumah ye mamu ina ajo.